Next, what we want to do is get into a couple of the demos that I have. So now what we're going to do, first step is let me quickly take you through what the different types of ads there are, so you know that before you get into the tool. And secondly, just talk about what we can do with those ads, because there's many types, okay? And there's a lot of things we can do with it. So, and again, this is one of the URLs you guys can also follow through or open yourself, etc., that Google has. And by the way, Google has a beautiful support, and I'm not going to copy paste this into my presentation to just show you. So I've left it just to be in Google, so you can always refer back to this. So there's multiple types of campaigns that you can run. One type of campaign is called a search network only. And then you have a campaign that's called search network with display select. Okay, I'll tell you the differences between each one of these, okay? And then there's one which is display only, okay? So basically, what the three types, I'll tell you the difference between the three types, okay? The search network only campaign. So Google's core business is search, okay? And whatever results we're seeing on those search pages, right, is what search network only campaigns do. They only target ads to the pages where we see the results. The other one, which is display, okay? So we talked about a lot of sites can carry Google ads themselves, okay? So if an ad has to be placed there, it's called a display network. And by the way, there's a in between also. So you know a lot of sites can actually use Google search. It's called search partners. That also is included in search network, but these are partners. Basically, they use Google's algorithm to present search results from their own site. You'll see that. On some sites, it'll say search by Google or Google search or whatever, right? Okay, so those are three different types, right? You have one where it's only search results. You have two where it's only display, display being on other sites that carry Google ads. And then number three where it can be search partners as well. So three different types of ad campaigns that we can create in Google. So you have to choose. Do you want to stay within Google? Do you want other sites to also display your ad, or you don't? So there's actually all of description that is available in Google with each one of these if you don't understand them any further. I'll just cover some basic things about them. So there's some basic differences between when it's a search network versus display network, okay? So let's just look at it very quickly. When it's search network, right, there's some features that are available and there's some features which are not available. Available features are very basic features. You have location targeting, you have bidding, budgeting, language targeting, all kinds of ad extensions, etc. And we'll talk about what ad extensions are. But there's a lot of features which are not available also, right, which are specific to, let's say, maybe an image ad. Again, this is something that with your own time, I'll provide the URL. You can actually look at all the features that are available and not available, okay? So basic ones we'll cover when we do the demo. Everything else, you can kind of go back to these URLs. And again, they provide you across all the different types, right? Display network also will tell you, you know, what are the things that are available and what things are not available. For us, three things. We just need to remember there's three types. You can go display only, network, search network only, or combination of both. You can say I want in both places, okay? That's all we need to remember for now. Second thing, what are all the different types of ads available in the Google environment, Google's world, if you want to call it? So most of us are very used to seeing text ads from Google, right? These are the ads on the side, on top, etc. we just saw, right? There's a example up there, right? Now, this is the easiest and probably the most used to ad that we see from Google. This is what we see mostly, okay? Then, on the same ad, you have ability to add what is called ad extensions. Now, do you see a difference between the ad on top and the ad on the bottom? What is the difference?
Address, phone numbers, contact numbers.
Great. So, like she mentioned, between the top ad and the bottom ad, what you're seeing is that there are phone numbers and addresses. Those are your ad extensions. Okay? These ad extensions, there's many of them, and we'll actually cover all the different ad extensions. But yes, they are extension to your original ad. Okay? That Google will let you put on the ad. By the way, they charge you extra if some of these extensions are used, which we're mostly all not used to seeing are image ads from Google. These are graphical ads that Google has. Usually, this is only on partner websites of Google. You will never find them inside Google's own network. You have ads for app promotion, correct? These are ads to download the app, right? Usually available only on mobile platforms, because no use to give an app promotion on a desktop, no? Video ads. And in video ads, there's two distinct versions that you have. There's ads that Google can serve on YouTube, which is its own platform, or it can serve on other people's partner websites. You also have an ability to do video ads. Then we already saw this one, which is your shopping ads, right? We said that in Google Shopping, you can put your products, and then we can show them in ads. And then lastly, a call-only ad. Basically, an ad, all it's trying to do is promote that somebody call you. So the way the ad is structured, the number is on top, then some description about the ad. So these are the different types of ads available on Google. What I'm going to do is, first step, before I teach you or go through a demo of how to create an ad, we need to first do our keyword research. And how are we going to do our keyword research?
Brainstorm.
Okay, great. Like I said, that's a great strategy. In class, we won't be brainstorming, right? But what we need to do it is we need a tool. We need a tool to help us, correct? So that we can figure out what keywords work. What phrases do we need? And I told you, those tools will tell you the traffic. They will also may tell you how much it costs you on Google to bid on that particular keyword, okay? So there's a tool that Google has called Google Keyword Planner, okay? I'll show you where it is. Do all of you have at least a Gmail account? Yes. But anyway, the way all of Google products work is if you want, they'll all link back to your Gmail account, right? So you don't need to keep on creating new logins, okay? So what I'll do is I'll sit down, I'll show you where it is, step by step, take you through. First thing we'll use is the Keyword Planner. Before anything else, we'll sign up into Google AdWords. For the people that don't have AdWords accounts, just follow through, and you can do it on your own time. If you have a laptop, you can do it now. How many of you have a Google AdWords account? Very few of them. Okay, so that's fine. Rest of you just follow through. When you get home, you can create the account, or if you have a laptop now, you can create it now. Once the account is created, is when we'll get into the Keyword Planner. Okay, cool? So I'm just going to take you through it. Now, where we're going to go is our URL is going to be adwords.google.co.in. That AdWords for India. Okay? You go to that, adwords.google.co.in. What happened is, actually, it signed me in already. So let me show you how it looks without signing in. You know what? Mine is not going to show. You're going to see a screen before this, okay, that says sign in or sign up. Okay? On the top right, it'll say, are you already a Google AdWords customer? Sign in. And then if you come towards the left and towards the middle of the page, it'll say sign up. When you click sign up, this is where you're going to come. Okay? Unfortunately, I can't show you that screen because all my accounts are logged into Google already. When you come to sign up, it automatically picks up your email ID if you're signed into Gmail. If you wish to use a different email ID, you can come up here on top and sign into another Gmail account. Okay? And that's the ID it'll use. Right? So let's say that I didn't want to use Ashish Jalani at Gmail. I actually wanted to use Ashish at IAB Online. It'll actually, you see, it actually changed IAB Online now. So it now going to sign me in through IAB Online. Okay? Let's assume that's the one I'm going to use. Right? Next is simply, what is your website? Right? Let's say my website is this, right, which is advantage.com. Okay, it's going to bring me to a 4-step process. Okay, we just gave it what the business is about. It'll ask me a few questions about my ads, about how I'm going to pay them, and then ultimately will be signed in. Now, it says choose your target audience. Where do I want to target them? You know what? I can set this to anything right now because anyway I can change all of this. So I'll just say Mumbai is where I want my target audience to be. It really, I'm telling you, it really doesn't matter because all through the process I can keep on changing this. This is just some defaults they're asking me. What language do you want to advertise in? Okay, English. What product or service do you advertise, right? Let's say I say I am going to do clothing. Okay, so it says what type of a manufacturer. Let's say I'm a ladies' clothes shop. Okay, now it tells you what, show your ads to people looking for what. Again, it's just asking you basic questions. You say people looking for pants, sweaters, dresses, shoes, tops, whatever, right? I say okay. Now, it's starting to go and starting to create an ad for me, but I don't want to do this, okay? Because I'm not ready to create an ad. All I want to do is plan.
The first one being that Google is actually certifying a lot of people to be their trainers, and I don't know, consultants, and I've heard these terms very loosely in the marketplace. Are there certified AdWords sellers also?
AdWords consultants, yes.
Consultants or Asha?
Absolutely.
What are those consultants? What is the service that they provide?
So they've been qualified by Google as people that understand the platform, that can execute all of the stuff we're showing you. They're experts at it.
Now, what is the criteria to become one of their partners? Obviously, go to a
They have a training system. You can, if you go to that training, you can actually become that partner.
Right. And what is the remuneration that those planners get? I mean, is there a percentage of whatever?
They all work differently. It's like an agency, right? They can charge you consulting fees, or what they could be doing is they can be charging you revenues as well, right? Most of the agencies that run this business for you, AdWords, they charge you percentage. So if you spend 1,000 rupees, they'll say, okay, I take whatever, 5%.
It's over and above the charges that Google charges.
Yeah, absolutely.
Because normal media is where the media actually remunerates.
Here it's all above.
It's all above.
Yeah.
All right. So in the meanwhile, the screen came up, right? This is actually the screen that should have come up, right? Quickly, as soon as you signed in, this is your welcome to AdWords screen. This is how most of you, when you sign into your account, it should look like. Now, first thing we want to do is not do anything else, but go up to Tools, and there's 2 planners here. And the planners that's most useful to us is called the Keyword Planner. And I'm just going to open the Keyword Planner in a different tab, just so that we can have both. And this is the planner I was talking about. This planner helps you figure out what to do with your keywords, okay? It has 3 options on top. You see the green area? Find new keywords and get search volume data. It has 3 options. 1, search for new keywords using a phrase, website, or a category. Get search volume data and trends. If you already know the keywords, it can just give you the volume and the trends. And if you want to create new keywords, let's say you have existing keywords, but you want more because you don't know what else to do. Like maybe the system brainstorms for you, right? Which is the 3rd option. And then in blue, you can actually get click and cost performance forecasts once you know which keywords it is. And let's take it one at a time and see what happens, okay? So let's say the first option, right, which is the one where we want to start with, which is search for new keywords. Now, in this, what I want to do is I want to take any one of you, your industry, and actually plan it this way so that you can see realistic keywords and things come back. So who wants to? Tell me, what product or service do you want to sell?
Diamond jewelry.
All right, so let's put, what else? Diamond jewelry is one thing, but is there anything else?
Rings, earrings.
So as he's telling me keywords that he's saying, I'm just going to put them with commas here. And let's assume that's all he says, right? I'm going to make it a little different though, because I want you to see differences. I'm going to put, instead of rings, I'm going to put gemstone rings. I want you to see differences, what happens. And gold earrings. Okay? Now, it's asking, do you have a landing page? Remember, we talked about that we need to have a landing page before we come here. So it's asking, do you have a landing page? Okay, let's see what happens. Let's assume we don't. Okay? Now it's saying, what is the product category? So here, let's come down, or let's stop typing jewelry and let's see if they have jewelry. And they have things called diamond jewelry, gold jewelry, whatever, right? I'll just choose jewelry for the sake of making it easy. Now, a few questions it's asking you. What is the locations you want to target? Because you know what? Everything changes based on location. Are you local? Are you India specific? Are you global? What are you?
India specific.
Okay, so he wants to be India specific. So let's put India. Let's say we're not going beyond the country India. Okay, so we'll choose India and I'll save it. Then it says, what languages am I targeting? Now, by the way, today they allow you to target ads in Hindi as well. Okay, so if a person in tier 3, 4 using a smartphone in their own language wants to search, let's say in Hindi, they will be able to see an Hindi ad, right? But in our case, let's leave it at English for now, right? Because let's not change that, okay? Next, it's asking, do you want only to show this on Google, or do you want Google and its search partners also to have the ad? Again, this is all for reference. Let's say we say, no, leave it on Google. On the right side, it says, customize your search for the keywords, okay? What are the average monthly searches we would want that keyword to have? So by the way, any of you have any idea on what the search volume should be? How many per month, per day? No? So let's leave it blank. Let's act like the way we are, right? So we don't know.
There's a question.
Yeah.
And then what happens to our ad when we give that as an option that yes, I want to be a part of the search partners site as well. So what happens is,
so when their search results come, just like it shows on Google, it will show on their sites, the ads. Just like Google search results, you see the ads on top on the right, you see the same thing on their sites as well. Because they're using Google search, that whole area Google is running. It's not on that site. It's running through Google. So Google will show ads just like it does on its own search.
On their sites.
Yes. So you can decide to be a search partner. You can say that, look, I don't want to implement my own search. I'll use Google for it. Because all my pages are anyway in Google. I might as well use Google search. So Google gives you the ability to use their algorithm for yourself. So you can actually implement that, and it's Google search running on your site. A lot of sites have this. Especially content sites will do this more often.
Let's say it's a site for audio equipment. Okay, and here we are trying to sell jewelry, and that site is using Google search. So will my ad reflect there as well? So what is that filter?
Remember, we talked about contextual ads. So it's based on the content of the page. So if you're selling audio equipment, why would jewelry ads show there?
So what will Google do? As in it eliminates all those additional pages or extra pages which do not have any
Yes. Yes. They only serve what is matching to you.
Yes, landing page, can we have 2 landing pages?
Not for one keyword. I mean, you can have, you can do it, you can do an A/B test, yes, sure, with 2 landing pages and see what the reaction is.
Maybe the first one, if it's not going, it may go to the second one.
Yes. So you can do an A/B test and see which one works, yes.
Because I have 2 websites and we have similar products on other websites also. So if my landing page is sharing the same keyword, can I take it to any of those, whichever is
No, you can't do that. No, that you're not allowed to do. So you can't redirect to 2 different sites from the same ad because they're 2 different domains. You would have to create 2 different ads in 2 different accounts. My account can be same, but you can have multiple domains in that account. So you would have to create the ad separately though. So it's not like, oh, I can use one ad and serve it to 2 different types now.
Back in time when I've used this while I was working somewhere, so the agency, I asked them which all websites will my ad appear. They're like, I've selected the industry, you never know, it can appear in any of these.
No, that's not true. you can't specifically choose a website, but just like you target customers, the display network can also target, right? So do you remember there was another tool right next to Keyword Planner called Display Planner? So if you use the Display Planner, it can actually show you what ad inventory is available where. So it's not like it's blind. No, it cannot be. Nobody would pay money for blind advertising. Okay? So the Display Planner will actually show you that, where it's going to appear. And again, it's like targeting like your customer. So let's get back to this so I can show you how to use this. Let's say we don't understand any of these three things. We say we just don't understand what the monthly search should be like. We don't understand how much we would need to bid for it. And we don't understand what share does it have. Because each ad would have a share. But we don't understand all of that. We're using first time, right? We don't have any understanding of it. So we say, you know what, we leave this all alone. Then the last point is, do you want high, medium, or low competition keywords? Low. Right? Do you want to say low right now? Leave it. Let's see what it comes back with. We can always go back here, choose low and research, and it'll come. We say, you know what, we want everything. We'll say high, medium, and low. Okay, and save it. There's one other thing we would have to set, which is what options only show ideas closely related to my search term or not. In this case, it's off, meaning it can show you things beyond what your search terms are, if Google thinks it makes sense. Okay, let's see what it'll do. Show keywords in my account. Well, our account is blank. It's not going to show anything. Show keywords in my plan. Anyway, we don't have any of this stuff. And one thing that's blocked, and in case you, I don't know if any of you would want to, but have an adult site, it can show you adult ideas. It's blocked. I mean, it's inactive by default. Okay, but if you want, you're running that kind of site, you can save it and see that. Now, let's say I say, you know what, that's enough. I've thought too much. Let me go ahead and get the idea. Okay, so all I did was click on Get Ideas. What it's done, if you look at it, it's starting to give us ideas. I'm just scrolling down. Okay, here it's showing me a chart, how many monthly searches I can expect. Now, look at the three main words I used. Gold earrings, diamond jewelry, and gemstone rings. It's showing me average monthly searches possible. It's telling me the competition is high on all of them. And an approximate bid would be 22 to 23 rupees, 45 rupees, 22 rupees, 59 paisa. Now, come down a little bit. And what Google has done has gone out and figured out other keywords that are relative and started recommending them. So engagement rings, which is not part of our original thing, right, is now showing on the bottom and with all the different things about it. And for each one of them, it's giving you bids and everything. And by the way, if you look at the bottom number, they picked out 800 of them. We put 3. Okay? Imagine if we had brainstormed and put enough in there, it could have probably been even more or less, it doesn't matter, probably but closer to what we wanted. Right now it's just giving you everything in that space. Okay? And you can choose which one makes sense based on price, based on how many searches you get, everything. So Google showed us about 800 possible keywords now. Okay? Now what we need to do is go through them, figure out how many of them we want to use, etc., etc. So I'll actually speed up the process. I'll assume that I will look through the 800 keywords. I've selected the ones I wanted. Okay? Now I need to figure out what kind of budgets I need to work with. Correct? Because ये तो बहुत अच्छी बात है, but what is the budget I'm looking at? Okay? So what I can do, right, is and again, I'm going to just remember them. I'm not writing them down anywhere. I'm just going to remember some of these words that I want to use, okay? So I'm just going to go back, and this time I'm going to say, you know what? Let's go ahead and find out what the cost would be. The way I'm going to do it is I'm going to put, I say I still want diamond jewelry as one of my keywords. I also want, decided I wanted diamond rings. because I found out that it's a keyword I missed, but I like it. I also want gemstone rings. Actually, not gemstone. I decided I want to be specific in gemstone. I want emerald rings. Okay. And what else? Tell me some other jewelry. Huh?
Ruby.
Sure.
Diamond
I want to be in ruby earrings.
Emerald.
Okay.
pendants.
And I want some kind of pendants. What? Diamond
When
pendant.
we are looking for specific diamond jewelry,
Solitaire.
we are making,
Solitaire ring.
so we should go for only diamonds the same.
Yes, but I want to show variety. What happens when you have variety? Then one set of keyword I want is
Princess cut.
is reasonable diamond ring.
Affordable.
Let's do affordable, okay? Or cheap
Diamonds are cheap.
gold rings. I don't know. Let's have fun with this, okay? So I've picked a few out, okay? I've put it here. Now what we're going to do is, again, we're going to choose our targeting. Who are we targeting? And then it's going to give me a forecast based on the next 7 days. Or I can increase that. I can say, give me a forecast of 30 days. But let's assume I leave it to 7 days. Sure. So I'll just click on Get Forecast and wait for Google's 1 or 2 seconds for what it takes to give me results. And what it's told me now, if you look at the forecast on the top, that I can range between 0 to 213 clicks, between 0 and 7.7 thousand impressions, and the cost would be somewhere around 0 to 678 rupees for the total 7 days.
Not bad.
Not
Yes.
costly.
Not bad.
No, I mean overall. Yeah, it's calculated by click. But by the way, Google keeps on telling you this is all just an indicator. It doesn't mean that it will only remain at that. It can go up or down. It's approximately. Okay? Now, what we can also say is, listen, I have a budget. I don't want to go above a certain number daily. Sorry, the 678 was a daily number, not a weekly. Let's say I don't want to go above 500 rupees.
So question here on the daily number.
Yeah.
Some of the figures that we saw there were about 22 rupees or something.
Yeah.
So we selected like 6 words, 6 keywords. And let's assume that they are 20 rupees each, right?
Sure.
So if it's 120, then are they assuming that there are going to be some n number of clicks every day?
Yes, and they're showing you in the graph, no? We can actually go down, drill down to all kinds of stuff. And we can look at it. They will tell you, so again, they're telling you approximates. They can't guarantee you how many clicks you're going to get.
So my question therefore is that when they've taken 678, what seems to be the average that they have taken per day?
Okay.
Considering that the graph is also moving up.
So I clicked on keyword there, okay? Now here, and again, right now it's showing you blank, by the way. I'll just put a daily budget. Hold on, let me put a daily budget and get you a detailed forecast. Let's say my daily budget is 1,000. I'll put higher. I say, okay, I can spend 1,000 rupees. I've got venture capital money, right? Small wala hai, but hai, right? And let me get a detailed forecast, okay? And I will also say that I will bid 20 rupees. Sure. Let's assume 20 is my average bid. Now you'll see everything change. And I'll wait. Okay. Now you see suddenly it's telling you that you can only get between 141 and 172 clicks. Everything is getting very detailed. Between 5,410 clicks, impressions to 6,620 clicks, impressions. It'll cost you between 900 to 1,000 rupees per day. And an average position in Google for those keywords will be between second and third, 2.88 to 3.52. It cannot be 2.88. But because it's averaging it out, you assume between the second and the fourth position is where your average will be. On the bottom, it's also told you now that, listen, you're going to get 156 clicks per day, 6,000 impressions, and you can average about 2.6% click-through rate, okay, with an average cost per click of 6 rupees and 38 paisa, not 20 something. So it's great over there, they give you a basic indicator, but here is where you start to actually come down to that detailed level of how much it's going to cost, how much do you have to bid. Now, if I go back up and I click on keyword, and by keyword, they've actually told me what I can expect. So if you look at ruby earrings on the bottom, it says that maybe I can expect half a click a day. Okay, that means every 2 days I can get a click. Okay, and that it would cost me 6 rupees for it with a 2.3% CTR, with an average CPC will come out to about 12 rupees and 44 paisa. Now, if you just move up, you see that the cost per clicks are all between 7, almost between 5 and 8, even though they were showing us 22. But in this case, the position is about second or third or fourth position. It's telling you on the right hand side, the last column, average position. If you want to be number 1, you have to change your bid and see what happens. So change your bid to 40 rupees and say, okay, give me a detailed forecast and see if it will change positions, which it did. Not a lot, but it did change your average position.
Okay. Make it 100.
Make it 400.
Or 400.
But at 400, you don't have enough budget per day. So it's going to calculate all wrong. Almost first position, but you've got budgets for like a click.
So it's the first position you're going to get.
It's approximate first. Yeah, if you bid 400 rupees a click, yes.
Per this
Per
thing.
click?
And 40 rupees is for second this thing. Not bad second position, I would say.
So that's, you have to keep on playing. You have to keep on playing, but this doesn't mean you're guaranteed a second position. By the way, I put 200 rupees, you still get between first and second position here also. You have to keep on playing to see where the optimal bids are, where is your optimal daily budget, what are the optimal keywords you want to use, and you keep on doing it in this tool before you go out and create your ad.
When you say first and second, the first page only. And first and second and third position.
Yeah.
Page is always first. Ads will be ad number 1, ad number 2.
The position, the ads.
No, pages can be, you can be 15 page also.
Even while paying for the ad.
Yes, absolutely, why not? Let's say I'm going to pay a rupee. Wow, not bad. This says I can still for a rupee get 4th position.
Not bad.
Yeah, not bad.
Do so 10 paisa.
Huh?
10 paisa.
So let's do 10 paisa. Sorry. No position at all. Right? Anyway, so what you can do, I'll just get to you. Just what you can do is you can just play with this, right, for hours to figure out keywords, cost, how much you should be bidding on it, and what is most optimal for you. Okay, by the way, this whole thing changes if I just change the number of keywords that are here. So I can choose to say that, listen, I don't want some of these keywords. So I'll delete that keyword. And what happens is it automatically adjusts your whole budget accordingly. But do you notice that the total cost it's telling you, even though you put a budget of 1,000 rupees, that you only have to spend 50 rupees a day? Okay? You don't have to spend more than that. Now, weird is, if I make this into 20, it's making me spend all of 1,000. That and plus, it actually doesn't want the rupee guy. So it's only giving you very small amount of traffic. They also control traffic, right? They won't give you the traffic. So obviously the people with most payments get the traffic. Their job is to maximize revenues. And maximizing revenue is, listen, you pay me more, I give you more traffic.
So in rupee, how much can you get back? How many rupees you can reshuffle? In rupee, 1 rupee.
What?
Say 1 rupee.
They're saying, but I'm telling you, if you did it, I would put money, you would not even get a click.
So they're dishonest in the statement here.
They're not dishonest.
They say 85 clicks per day and they're not getting money.
They said it's approximate. If you ask them too much, they may kick you out, so don't ask.
This average position, for 1 rupee it is somewhere between, let's say, 3 to 4, and for 20 also it was between 3 to 4. Effectively, actually, I think this might get onto some other page altogether, because there will be hundreds of people who will have diamond jewelry, all India, who might bid for 18, 19, 16 and even 100 rupees or whatever. So that average position is a completely misleading field, no? Because this might take you to page number 10 also.
I agree. They keep on telling you this is just an indication. This doesn't mean that you will get that position. And by the way, for the ones that, can you guys listen? There is also other uniqueness to the search. The smart marketers will turn off their ads at certain times of the day because it doesn't work. But if you're not a smart marketer and you bid a rupee, वो ad उस time कोई तो आएगा ना. बाकी सारे अच्छे वाले तो बंद हैं. तो किसी का तो ad आ जाएगा. तो 1 रुपये वाले का आ जाएगा. They will try to maximize their revenue whatever way possible. So it's a smart move on their end. So it's not that it will come on pages. You don't know the time it's coming at, right? It may come when it's blank, or they may not show it at all. They're not guaranteeing you.
So can you correct your bid on a real-time basis? For example, I give a bid of 20 rupees at this time of the day, and at 11 o'clock in the night, I go and change my bid to 1 rupee.
Absolutely. There's also automated bids, yes. You can do all kinds of stuff, yes.
Every now and then I can keep changing it, right? Is there some kind of a lead time between two changes of bids or something? Every single minute I...
There are softwares available outside of Google that you can change it as many times real time as you want. We think we can do our keyword planning? Yes? You should be able to tell using this. Anyway, this was one of the tools I wanted to cover before I went into creating an ad. Okay? Because this is important. Without the keywords, how are you going to create an ad? By the way, the affordable diamond ring, did you see it's still showing you 0? Right? So let's, just for the sake of it, let's see what I would have to bid to get that. So there's either two problems with this. Either there are not enough people that are searching for this, that it tells us this, or our bid is too low. At 400, I don't think our bid is too low. So there's probably lesser people that search for affordable diamond ring.
That's a cheap diamond ring. Cheap diamond ring.
Rather than us testing this out, what we should do is we should just go back to where we had originally planned and looked at the traffic.
There's only one question here. Can we actually take the competitor's name or I have seen some builders hijack the competitor's brand name. So every time someone types a Lodha, he gets a marathon. So is it legal?
Yeah. It's not hijack. It's in ad. I can definitely market using someone else's brand. Yes.
So every time someone types Lodha, the first searches that come up is marathon then.
Yeah. So what happened is, in our case, when we want to avoid this, we buy our own name as ad also. So what we do is, let's say my company is called My Solitaire. So we also not only have SEO on it, but we also pay money so that nobody else buys My Solitaire's top position. So now what we're going to do is I'll use the second search, get search volume and data trends. For the affordable diamond ring, they don't even have anything. Right? So this is a great idea because, if we had done this research, we won't be playing around with it there. We would have already known that it's not a keyword I want to be after.